Hello, folks. I hope you're doing well. Survived Thanksgiving. We did, and we're very thankful for everybody. Diane and I had a very nice Thanksgiving with our family on two different dates since we have so much family around here. Anyway, we're very thankful for you all and everyone in our lives, and I hope you guys had a good one. But we're moving on to Stollen. This is about Stollen, and I want to pronounce it in German just to show you how fancy I am. And here we go.
Weihnachtsstollen. Weihnachtsstollen.
How did I do? Pretty good, right? So that's the German pronunciation. The history of Stollen is very long. It's been around since around the first documentation of it is 1329, which is impressive, right? And in the early days, Stollen was often eaten during fasting, and butter wasn't even in Stollen. It wasn't until somewhere around 1491 that some gentleman from a bakery in Dresden wrote the Pope and said, "Can we please put butter in our Stollen?" And the Pope wrote a letter that is actually in existence. That's called the Butter Letter. How cool is that? Anyway, my history of Stollen started in 1999 when I was one of the coaches of the World Cup U.S. baking team competing in the Coupe du Monde de Boulangerie. And Jan Schott, who is a third generation Swiss baker, not Jan, I'm sorry, Robert Jorn, Jan Schott, and Tom Gumpel were on the team. And Jan's also a third generation Dutch baker, or maybe fourth or fifth generation. They've been around a long time. And I'm not actually sure about Robert. Nevertheless, Robert competed with a Stollen, and that team won the World Cup. First time the Americans have won the World Cup. And I started making Stollen the following year, in the year 2000, at my bakery in Sonoma, Artisan Bakers. And we been making it ever since. I say we because at times we were making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. Now in my little bakery, I'm making, hopefully I'll make a few hundred this winter. My Stollen has evolved. Of course, it was white flour in the early days, and I would buy cans of almond paste, and now I'm making it with whole grain, and I roast and make my own almond paste, and I make it whole, so that's why it's not white. I love, I want the whole food, and so I really love the almond paste that I make. My Stollen has in it this season, it changes every year a little bit, but this year it's going to be spelt, durum, hard red whole wheat, almond meal, milk, eggs, honey, sugar, applesauce, salt, a little bit of yeast, cardamom, cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, and ginger. And then there are cranberries, cherries, raisins, figs, dates, apricots, nectarines, a few different kind of candied orange peeled, all soaking for about 6-7 weeks now in spiced rum, vanilla. I put orange water in there, and I just can continue inoculating it with whatever oranges or lemons that I buy at the market every week, and candy, and then put those back, put more in there. So I have, I think it's a 20-liter container that we can barely pick up because it's so heavy. So it actually doesn't weigh 20 liters, but it's that size of a container. I believe that's the size of it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I have a lot, so I'm hoping to make a lot of these. They have a great shelf life. I usually keep a few every year and just kind of test to see how long they last, and I've never had one that I felt like was past its time. Usually they don't last but a couple months after. I feel like we eat them through February. Sometimes maybe they'll even make it to March if I can make it last that long. A nice fresh dusting of powdered sugar at your table, it really brings them back to life in terms of the look. They'll look like new if you do that, even if they're weeks and weeks old. They travel very well. They get dipped in butter and rolled in sugar, and then powdered sugar on top of that. So this makes for sealing, kind of making a preservative seal. That's why they last. That's one of the reasons they last so long. And the other is that I use a sourdough in there, and this lowers the pH of the dough, and makes for long, tasty shelf life. So I hope you really enjoy 2001's version of Stollen, and I'm really excited about making them for you this year. Have a great holiday season, and I'll talk to you guys soon.